On this side. Ropes on this side.
You can bring that back, Mike.
Well, as Andy would say, it's time to go home. We've had a great trip so far, but it's not over yet. As we head out of St. Catherine's Dock, I must say I'm really looking forward to sailing down the Thames and up the Medway. Once more into the loch, dear friends, once more, and out into the fabled River Thames. Past the iconic Tower Bridge that clearly has been sharded. Great views. I live in Hong Kong, and I have to say it's always a treat to be back in the old country, especially in London. And on a boat on the Thames with the crazy gang, special.
Lucy and I went to watch Neil Diamond in there.
Did you?
Packed.
Yeah.
It was that big. That's how far back we were.
Cruising down the river on a beautiful summer's evening, chatting with friends, is one of the great pleasures of life. Making a memory. London still growing. We're coming up to the Thames barrier, and as you guessed, there must be an airport close by. There is. It's scary to see the planes landing. No comment. On the bank of the river here, the London City Airport is in the old Royal Docks, close to the heart of the city, the runway parallel to the river. The sun is setting over the city. Well, it's life on the ocean wave, and we are just coming down the Thames. A beautiful summer's evening, temperature about 21 degrees, humidity 62.5. We're about to go under the Queen Elizabeth Bridge. It spans between Essex and Kent. The cars will go over from Essex to Kent on the bridge, but there is also a tunnel underneath the river, and the traffic going from Kent to Essex will go underneath. It's 10 to 9 at night, and so we've about another three hours about before we'll reach Chatham. 4 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours. When I made that mistake, the Grim Reaper briefly showed up. Mike looks like a character out of a Nostradamus novel. And slowly, oh so slowly, twilight falls. and we're alone with our thoughts. But not for long.
Well, it's a good evening from me and a good evening from
him.
We're just leaving Tilbury, approaching Gravesend. It's taken about 2¼ hours to get from London to this point, and we've travelled about 16 to 17 nautical miles. No wind, a storm behind us, so we've got about 4 hours to go. We should arrive in Chatham in about 4¼ hours, so we look forward to a really lovely evening, eating pizza, a little bit of chicken and salad, a cup of tea, wonderful fellowship. God is so good.
London is one of the greatest cities probably in the world, partly because of the life and energy that you find amongst the people walking around, people from every walk of life, just about every nation in the world. And it is fascinating just to walk down the streets or drive down the river, or maybe even float down the river. And on top of that, in the middle of it all, are buildings of massive architectural interest. Some of them are very ancient, from your Saxon walls, from your Roman walls, right the way down to medieval buildings, and then the fantastic cathedrals and churches, some of which carry some of the most incredible stories throughout their history. So, if you're interested in coming, having a visit to London, maybe this time of year is a good one to come. The climate is great, and the company is wonderful.
And it's a good night from me.
And a good night from him.
Simon then took the wheel for a while, and we had a snack.
This is just spread. These are
What a day it's been. By the time we arrive in Chatham, it's pitch black. Certainly we made another memory with this trip. Colin, you were amazing. Simon, it was a joy to spend some time with you. Mike, the Shakespeare of our day, I'll never forget that classic line. London. People from all walks of life walking around. We spent the night on the boat, moored up in the Chatham Maritime Marina, and woke up to the day we'd been promised by the sun the night before. But it's breakfast time.
Well, we've come to the end of the journey, and we're sitting having breakfast.
We've survived.
In Chatham, in what is called the Pump House, and the two gentlemen that we brought along as guests have survived the journey, looking a little bit more forlorn.
So, it's been a fantastic time, and you would not believe what we managed to do. We've lost some jam, we've lost our hats, we got the boat though, and we all got back safely.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Great breakfast in Chatham Marina. Recounting the experiences. And then we go under the river on our way back home. Another memory in the bag. And in case you're thinking we're crazy, we tried our best.